Welcome back to the set here in North Hall. Andrea was in South Hall at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We're in North Hall. This is your live continuing coverage of NAB 2016 on BeTerrific, presented by Data Video. I'm Michael Arches, you're the Terrifics. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got so much to get to. This is the Planet 5D BeTerrific wrap-up show, and AmpLive is in the house. Eddie Vaca is joining us. Eddie, thank you so much.
Pleasure to be here, Michael.
You guys, I noticed a tweet last night from you guys out of stealth mode and into reality. We've been with you the whole time through stealth mode. We just haven't really been able to talk about it that much. We turn to you to really target our audience and market our content. What is going on?
You said I turned to him, so I turned to him. I'm sorry.
He's definitely from a different planet.
I am definitely another planet.
Yes. This is Planet Mitch from Planet 5D, by the way. So you are all about basically targeting audiences and marketing content towards them, and you do a phenomenal job for us. You've really helped our growth exponentially. Time and time again, you've come through, and here we're doing amazing stuff. Just last night, we did a campaign together, and we had an enormous amount of viewers. I'm not talking our numbers publicly anymore. I announced that at CES when we did amazing there. I said the advertisers can know, behind the scenes can know, but it feels like bragging to do it. But all the numbers we've ever talked about, all the great stuff, has been in large part due to you guys, and I think it's also in part to the great content, but you guys. So I want to thank you. I want to tell people to go to amplive.us, and I want to ask you about creating content is part of the equation, but really a big part of it is getting the word out there, and that's where you guys come in.
Absolutely. I mean, content is still king, but distribution is queen, right? So you need to have an amazing strategy to how you're going to distribute the content that you're creating. So we help with that process from the very first go live to all the way when you wrap up. So yeah, it's not easy. We've been together for almost over a year and a half now. So yeah, it's been a fantastic ride. Michael and the BeTerrific crew has been amazing, allowing us to do a lot of tests, figure things out, work bugs out, and allowed us to build our technology to the great platform it is today.
I think what's interesting is when we work together, we not only hit it right, but we also are able to get high retention times, and that's really important. We're able to target people in real time and say, this is content you might want to watch, we're going to give it to you, and then we're able to retarget them, right? Once they've said, I'm somebody who wants to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the entire process. So the magic behind it is not very hard. What we do is put your content in front of the right people, those that are willing to engage with that content at the right time. Secondly, then we take all that viewer data and we're retargeting them, allowing you to grow that audience, continue to have light touch points across multiple venues. Whether you're live on mobile or on tablet, desktop, you want to be able to be where your viewers are when they're ready to engage.
We've started to do really well on mobile, and we've been working together on that, and last night is a testament to that. Overnight, we loop our content from here, and almost predominantly and almost exclusively mobile, and when we started, we were almost exclusively desktop. When you're talking about almost exclusively, we'd get 1% mobile use or 3% mobile use in some cases, and it'd be tens of thousands of people. And I think it's a combination of doing things, right? We also reach out on our own to blogs and work on distributing. We're syndicating to Planet 5D. That brings people in. We did a great job, not this year at the New York Auto Show, but we did a great job there this year, but together. But last year, we did a great job of reaching out to blogs, auto blogs and stuff like that, and really did got an amazing audience through doing that. So it really is a combination of things, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you guys have the right strategy. You're making those relationships to get that content in front of the right audience. So first and foremost, we're just going to amplify that for you, right? So you're going to go so far, and you guys are doing a great job on that. That's a testament to you guys being around and your audience being so engaged, and the retention times are amazing. But that's to take you to a certain extent, and at some point you're going to be like, okay, how do I get to that next level? And we'll get you to that next level, and then you'll take it again from there.
Well, we were talking before Michael dragged us on the show, and I have a small blog. Are you only dealing with the larger, big, massive sites like BeTerrific, or if I have a live show that I'm doing once a week, would we be able to work together, or am I just too small for you?
No, absolutely. Our thing is unless you're the NFL, you're going to need some help, right? So
Yeah.
the NFL streamed live, streamed their first game live back in October, and they had 15 million viewers. But a small broadcaster like yourself, you don't have the power of that distribution channel. So that's where AmpLive comes in.
But see, that's the fallacy, though, because you're right on one hand, but the NFL even needs help. And I say this all the time. When people ask us why we do this, and if shouldn't you have a big enough audience at this point, I said, well, we have to tell people where we are and what we're doing. We do different shows like this that might not be our normal audience of interest, but also it might be we have to remind people. So the NFL runs commercials all week long on every network. When they have the Super Bowl, they tell you that the Super Bowl is on NBC this year or CBS over and over and over again. If it's the same idea, it's still marketing, right? It's still letting viewers know. If they were that big, they wouldn't have to do that. So everybody actually has to market their content, and that's what people don't realize. It gets nowhere without marketing it. And even if you do it through social media, that's still marketing. Even if it goes viral, that's still marketing.
Right.
You're figuring out a way to market it. And here's the thing, Mitch, you talk all the time about content creation and how to make it better and how to do this and what camera to use and all that, and it's great. But if people go out there and create that content and nobody watches it, and there's a lot of content being created and a lot that is not getting watched, then there's no value on that content, and that drives the production costs down, the production value down, and it hurts the whole business. And what people have to realize now when they're creating the content is they have to talk to the client, especially in video production, say, where are you distributing it? What are you doing with this? What are your goals? And how can I help? And that's where Eddie can come in and AmpLive and be so valuable, because a video that gets 2 views is not nearly as valuable to a client or to a broadcaster as a video or a live stream that gets 200,000 views, that gets 2 million views, right?
Yeah.
And if you can present that to a client and say, well, this video we can do blah, 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 blah.
Well, and you're a bigger organization now. You've been obviously amplified by this wonderful service. And I finally got the name, by the way, AmpLive, Amplify.
There you go.
You noticed how he just kept dropping Amplify out there?
Yeah. There's a reason for that, Mitch.
Yeah, I know. It's called marketing.
Yeah.
Branding.
What I was going to add to that, though, so my comment on the NFL doesn't need help is they have very mature distribution channels, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said you're right and you're wrong.
Yeah,
that's all.
Right, exactly. So they're going to market and they're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars
doing that. And all in order to get bigger numbers, to get people to tune in longer, to drive more engagement. I think we can still help the NFL when they're trying to look for or new pools of audiences, right? So recently the NFL said, hey, we skew very high male, right? 90% of people that are watching the NFL are male. How do we get women involved, right? How do we get that involved? Right. And I'm sure their next target is going to be the millennials and the Gen Yers. Like, how do we get them involved in the sport? And that's just going to come from different aspects as well. But we can help put that content in front of those people at the right time. Yeah.
I certainly need it. I mean, a website that's trying to keep an audience or grow an audience. That's the hardest thing is finding where those people are.
Yeah.
So
and as a testament, when we started working with you almost immediately, and we got great numbers. And the company we used to stream live on called me in for a meeting and wanted to know how we were doing it. And the CEO called me in and he couldn't believe it. And he said, I had people on my team, because look, the numbers we get put a lot of stress on the networks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he said, I wanted to make sure that you weren't getting some kind of data farm in China. He said, I had my best people on this for 2 weeks, and your numbers are 100% real and accurate. They're real viewers. And how are you doing it? Because I want to know, because I want to offer this as a service. Yeah. And it's true. I mean, this guy was blown away by what we're doing. And yes, we were doing a combination of things, but especially in the beginning, we were mostly only doing AmpLive. And we use AmpLive to this day, and we love it.
Yeah, I mean, and we are a great, not alternative, but a partner there, right?
Yes.
So we'll continue to work on the things and build new audiences and learn about them, gather all that data, and make intelligent decisions on how we continue to create content.
This guy is the brains behind it, but he's got a wonderful team as well. Joanna, Kendall, they're all amazing, and they all do such a great job. I got to say hello to them, give them a shout out.
They'll love it.
They are wonderful people, though, and the team, and it's bigger than that, but those are the people I know well. But you guys have put together such a wonderful team, and it's
Thank
such
you.
a good concept, and you're so flexible, nimble. You can deal with Twitch, YouTube, I mean, basically anything. Live stream, Ustream, you name it, you can do it.
Yep, we're even supporting Facebook soon with
Who?
their
What?
and
What?
Periscope.
Oh.
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah.
And Periscope.
Yeah.
We
so-
could spike our Periscope views.
Yeah,
You know,
so-
we could get more
Snapchat?
viewership.
Not Snapchat.
Oh,
We do a
bummer.
lot of Periscope views. Well, I don't Periscope enough, but we get a lot of Periscope views when we do it. I can't believe that we could actually do a campaign to, you know,
yeah.
bring that
if
up.
you're interested in growing your Periscope audience, we are there to support that. So we can definitely do Periscope. I can't believe we didn't test this. Well,
We've just tested everything else instead.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new addition for us,
Yeah.
and I think it's still a little bit buggy, but for the most
Oh,
part.
so let me know. We'll
Yeah,
test it
yeah,
then,
we'll
and we'll
absolutely test
tell
it.
everybody how we did.
Yeah, and maybe I'll come back on the show and be like, "Hey, here's the results."
That would
and
be
then you
great.
have to officially release your numbers.
Just for that, for you, I will do it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you
I'm gonna
have
write
it,
that
folks.
down.
Look, I mean, and people know. I mean, I've talked about our numbers for over a year and a half.
Yeah.
At CES, I said this is getting. I feel like I don't want to be, you know, one of these guys who just beats the chest. It sounded bad, and I said, okay, enough. We'll just tell you that we're doing great, and thank you very much for watching. I don't want to boast all the time.
So tell me this: how are you thinking about where live is going, and then how are you continuing to drive audience engagement? So we're building it.
Yeah.
How do you keep your audience so engaged?
Well, thank you. That's a good question. I think that one of the things is we try to talk to them as much as we can. I mean, this sounds crazy, but I'll get on the phone with people even. I'll be in the chat rooms that we have. You got to engage them through interactions. So email, but that's old school. Social media a little. I don't do so much Twitter and all that, but we have a chat room and we get them involved in that, and then I converse with them throughout the day. We offer them contests. We do all sorts of things to get them coming back. Again, though, if we had bad content, they wouldn't come back. So
Right.
we really focus on creating good content. That's where it all has to start, but it's about engaging them and re-engaging them and re-engaging them. And by the way, people don't want to call in. They don't want to be part of the show. They just want to let you know they're there or to ask you questions. Hey, why is Mitch wearing that shirt? That's what they would ask me, you know? And they want to know that.
There
So,
you go, man.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
And I mean, whoever's watching, those are actually really, really good
Well,
tips.
you know what?
Yeah.
I haven't been in the
Community.
Slack chat all day. I've been terrible. I really have.
But-
They're probably really mad at me.
But the-
I know that Jenny was in there earlier. Let me see if anybody's in there right now. Jenny
But
from
the-
Finland, Paul Dixon from the UK, the Extender from San Diego, California. The Extender, yes.
Extender.
We've
Sounds
got, I
like
mean, the
some
list
sex
goes on.
pistol
We
bands
don't have
in
time to
them.
be here for an hour. See, I don't have great internet on my laptop right now, so it's...
It's been happening at NAB show all day.
But
Here we
that's,
go.
I mean, you're exactly right, though. And community is what helps build, you know, the audience. Because you just don't want a bunch of people that are out there. Because you want them to come back, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of it. Is you don't want them to just watch once and
I
go
mean,
away.
audiences are so niche these days,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you have people watching on their tablets and mobile phones. You have people on their desktops,
Yeah.
on connected TVs, on broadcast television. And audiences are so scattered these days that one, you need a service like ours to figure out where your pool lies. But for the most part, you need to be nimble yourselves to be able to engage in all of those different communities in order to keep that audience engaged.
Absolutely. And so Digital Phil is also watching in Texas, I believe Dallas. Jenny's on in Finland. Jaybird is on in Texas. We've got Paul Dixon in the UK. CJ is watching from Texas. We have a lot of Texas followers. I mean, the list goes on. We don't have time to be here for all
Yeah.
this, but yeah,
No.
we've got a lot of great people, and you engage with them. They're all very upset with me for not
I
engaging.
think you're doing
today.
it right. Out
Thank
of
you.
we support a little bit over 100 clients today. Michael's
101.
101. Now we have
Wow,
Mitch.
look at that.
And
You're
you know,
welcome, by the way.
Fun fact:
150 after this show.
Who else comes on the BeTerrific show and closes a new client?
You are the
Exactly.
first.
So,
but I like making
Mitch,
deals,
Mitch,
and it's
tell
behind
me
the
the
scenes
budget
thing.
level. Share with everyone how much you're going to spend.
$100.
Done.
All right.
gonna
He's
start
starting
with 100.
small, but it's okay.
It doesn't matter.
You're just
It
going to
doesn't
give him a
matter.
taste.
Even
just a
$100
taste.
is going to help you build an audience today. So
Well,
So
and-
you were saying something.
I totally
100
forgot.
clients.
Oh, we support 100 clients, but Michael's still my favorite.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No.
You're too
See,
kind.
He was really digging for that compliment
Oh,
because
no,
he
no,
knew
he
where
knew
it
it
was
was coming?
going. Yeah, exactly.
He was like, wait, hold on. You were
Wait,
about to say something?
come back to
You were
that.
saying no. No, absolutely. I mean, you've been a big piece of our success, and letting us do all the testing with your viewers, your content, all that is huge. There's not a lot of brands or companies that will allow us to do that. So obviously my hat's off to you and what you've built, and we want to continue to support you. So
thank you.
I'm on the record now saying, hey, we're in bed together forever.
Yes, and we love you guys and appreciate everything, and you guys have been great and have been with us the whole time and will continue to be with us. So absolutely.
Sounds good.
Now it's a 3. Never mind.
No, Mitch.
Well, you know what's going to happen though. I mean, he's gonna get a taste and he's never going to leave. He's going to be AmpLive for life too.
Yeah, but you're 101. You know?
Okay.
Michael invested in us when no one would. So.
Yeah. But I remember you and I talking on the phone.
Yeah.
About numbers.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no way you're pulling in those. I mean, no offense to Michael, but
that's okay. It's all.
But I
good.
remember those conversations.
Yeah.
It's hard to get viewers.
Put it on YouTube, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get 12 viewers.
Yeah,
if I go
exactly.
to Facebook, and it's like, okay, well, their algorithm.
Yeah.
If you're not paying for it, kind of blocks you out in your news feed. So.
And now I know, and I'm like, hi, Eddie.
But the thing
It's
is,
like,
anybody I talk to, I never hide it from them. I tell them what we do. We do syndication, we do distribution, and then we do this, and I explain it that we do it in real time, and it's no different than NBC saying, watch the Super Bowl.
We're just one piece of his distribution strategy.
Right.
Yes,
but you didn't believe me. Your head of sales for your company didn't believe me, and yet now who's laughing? And by the way, it's all Google Analytics verified. Ask this guy. I mean, I'm not making them up.
No, I know.
And we look at live stream analytics to back that up too. So,
you've shown me the numbers.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go.
I believe it.
Which we're going to come back and disclose on Periscope.
On Periscope.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. All right, Eddie. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for everything you do, and this interesting conversation as well.
I learned a lot.
And for being with us since the beginning.
I closed the client.
And you closed the client. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Pay for your dinner.
Thank you, Mitch, for the Planet 5D wrap-up show today. Here, we're going to go to the Teradek set. Andrea's going to finish up here with one more interview live from South Hall and wrap up the day, and then join us at Teradek. I think, Eddie, maybe you should come join us as well, because we're going to get an early start to that show. Thank you so much, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Before that, you'll see the loop, so you'll be able to catch anything you missed today, tomorrow, and tonight, which you don't want to do. You don't want to miss a thing, so you want to do that. And, of course, we'll have the Planet 5D wrap-up show here tomorrow as well. And we'll be here Thursday. So with that, I'll say so long for now. Andrea's going to be with you in just a minute. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks for watching.